I can drift, but I always come back. Right? So the thing is to know when we are drifting. When you know that you're drifting, you set the intention to come back, and then you give attention to things that can bring you back, and you return. Love is your anchor only if you let it be your anchor. We are telling ourselves, we are reminding ourselves with this affirmation that love is our anchor. We're not going to get anchored in anger. We are not going to get anchored in revenge. Because we can. We can throw an anchor in any emotion. Good morning, Claudia. Good to see you. Good morning, Jessica. Good to see you. We can anchor ourselves in any emotion. But we are choosing to anchor ourselves in love. Because we understand now that love is the answer to everything. Love is the answer. Because when we go high on the emotional scale, what's the highest we can go? The highest we can go on the emotional scale is unconditional love. And here's something I don't think I've ever said before. Where's my pen? There's love. And then there's unconditional love. There's love, and then there's unconditional love. They are not the same. I love my son and my daughter, but I love the tree unconditionally. Because I never had a fight with the tree. I never had words with the tree. The tree never did anything that made me feel uncared for. So there's love, and then there is unconditional love. There's a difference. And this is why, even though we can be doing a really, really good job of managing our emotions and coming up the emotional scale, but there's still resistance. There's resistance in love. But unconditional love does not have any resistance in it. I love you, but that's not what I was expecting from you. I thought we meant more. That's not unconditional love. It might be love. It's not unconditional. Right? To get to this place of mastery, of unconditional love, means going beyond love. Oh my God. Getting to unconditional love means going beyond love. Most of us don't realize that there's a difference. So, there is love, and then there is unconditional love. And first we have to learn to get to love and hang out in love before we can start getting to unconditional love. Aisha's love for Bella is unconditional. She never had a fight with Bella. Right? So when she squeezes Bella, that feeling is pure love. Think about it. We all have something in our life for some person, something for whom we have unconditional love. Now use that as your benchmark to think about all your other relationships. So Bella, when I squeeze you, do I feel the same way about my mother? No. But I do love my mother. See the difference? That's the difference. Right? When I squeeze the life out of Darty, that's unconditional love. I have to do work in order to feel that way about my children. And what do? It's really simple. I've taught all of you to do it at some point in time or another, is to think of them when they were 2 years old, when they were like Bella. Right? I hadn't yet had a fight with them. I hadn't had the need to discipline them. So yes, you can bring that unconditional love back. You know, the unconditional love in my life beyond my parents loved me massively. I know their love, but it was conditional. You know why it was conditional? Because my mother always kept telling me, you're too fat, you're too short, you're not pretty enough. So even though I knew that she loved me, it was not pure. My grandmother, on the other hand, that was pure love. There was no condition attached. Ever. So there's a difference. And we want to close that gap. Because here's the thing. It wasn't my mother's fault that she had these opinions. It was my fault for taking it too seriously. If I hadn't taken it seriously, it wouldn't have affected me. Make sense, guys? And that's what it is. Dolores, your mother, says things you don't like. You don't have to take them seriously. Don't be like me. Be better. Right? Richard? Come such a long way in your relationship with your father. Think of a tree when you go to visit him. Your love for the tree is unconditional. Think of your grandson. He's such a cutie pie. Squishy, squeezy little baby. So when you go to see your father, bring yourself in a place of love by thinking about your grandson. Your vibration will change. And then your father can't behave the same way he did in the past. Because people are always responding to our vibration. And here's the thing. As our relationship improves, as our vibration changes, our relationship improves. And when our relationship improves, we feel a whole lot better. And then our vibration improves even more. And then we feel even better. That is why Abraham says, the better it gets, the better it gets. And isn't that good to know? So, and here's the other link with it. Abraham says use any excuse to get up the emotional scale. So my father, my mother, I don't have to love you. I just have to feel love. Very important distinction, guys. My boss, my mother, my father, my child, my neighbor. That relationship, whatever relationship it is, can be improved. Right? So that's what we need to remember, is that it's not about that person. Abraham says use any excuse to go up the emotional scale. I know you, I have issues with, I've had history with you. So before I deal with you, I'm going to not only prepave, but I'm intentionally going to bring myself into a place of love by focusing on something that I actually love. Omelets are fantastic, right? Cherries are amazing. Mangoes are even better. Whatever feels good, because it's about me feeling love. It's not about me loving you. Ooh, oh my goodness. Do you see the distinction? So what happens is people make it so hard for themselves because they try to love the other person. They think it's about loving the rascal. It is not about loving the scoundrel. It is not about loving the rascal. I am not asking you to love Hitler. I'm just asking you to love those things that are easy to love. Bella is easy to love. Stella is easy to love. Right? So love and unconditional love, they are shades of the same vibration, but they're not quite the same.